Here today with the MJX X102H. I did a flight video with this quad already with my Xiaomi E mounted to it, my action camera mounted to it. You guys can check that out. Today what I would like to do, so I want to test the headless mode on this. I want to test the 1-key return, and I'm also gonna test the 2 rates. This is the remote that the quadcopter comes with. It on the throttle here, it stays. The left stick here doesn't come down like this. It just has like a self-adjusting. It just stays right there, like you see. And the same thing with the right stick. So you can switch modes with this quadcopter. I fly in mode 2. The way you switch modes is by pressing the red button, the right shoulder, the left shoulder button here, this red one, for a few seconds, and it switches the modes. I keep it on mode 2 because that's how I know how to fly. I use the throttle on the left, and the throttle and the yaw on the left, and the pitch and the roll on the right. That's how most people fly, and that's how most quadcopters are set up. But you can actually change that if you like. Also, with this red button is how you're going to start your propellers, and it's how you're gonna take off once you're ready to take off. It has automatic takeoff, and how you're gonna land. Once you're ready to land, it'll land automatically, and we'll do that today also. Then with this other button here on the left, the second button, you can do headless mode, and you can do 1-key return. So by pressing it for a few seconds, it'll go into headless mode. If you press it for a few seconds again, it'll come out of headless mode. Now, if you just press it once, it'll shut off the LED lights. If you turn it back, you can turn them back on by just pressing it once. While you're in headless mode, when you go into headless mode by pressing it for a few seconds, and you just press it once, that button, it's gonna activate the 1-key return, and it'll come back to you. And so that's more or less how it works. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but we'll try that out and see how it does. The buttons on the right, the one on the very far right on the shoulder there on the far right, is used for rates, and it has a low rate and high rate. The other button doesn't have a function. The other button on the right side, the first one here. So let's get ready to go through the binding process and flying this quadcopter here. Just a couple of things. It's a very cool looking quadcopter. It's a very cool design. It has the propellers on the bottom here. It has geared propellers, geared propellers. It has a cool, sleek kind of body, kind of acrylic. It's pretty nice. It's pretty powerful for a brushed motor quadcopter. It's a 2S. It uses a 2S battery, and it can carry an action camera. It's not super fast with the action camera, but it definitely, you can get it up in the air and get some cool shots. All right, so we're gonna insert the battery in the quadcopter. It's very simple. It has an on and off switch. You just insert the battery in this little compartment here, and then it has a JST plug. You just plug it in. Okay, then you set the quadcopter straight like that, and you turn the little on and off switch that's right there. You turn it on, and you're gonna see the lights, the blue in the front, red in the back, and then you can turn on your remote, and then you don't necessarily bind it, but once you want to turn on the propellers, you're gonna press this button here. So I'm gonna press this red button, and it turn on the propellers. So the propellers are going, and if I press the red button again, it's gonna take off. Okay, so let's just do that. I'm gonna let it take off, so it starts taking off. Okay, and we're gonna take it. You can see that's the yaw right there on the first rate. Bring it back, and so that's on the low rate. So pretty mild on the low rate. Pretty cool. It's a very good quadcopter for a beginner. Personally, I think beginners do better with bigger quadcopters like this. Not necessarily brushless motors, but a bigger quad with brush motors, I think beginners tend to do a little bit better. Alright, so I just went to the second rate. It was having a little bit of trouble fighting the wind there on the first rate. So on the second rate here, you can get a little more maneuverable, especially if it's not carrying any weight. You can be a little more maneuverable, and it's pretty cool. I mean, this is a great beginner quad for anyone that wants to do aerial videography at a budget. This is awesome. Very good quad. All right, now let's see here. We're gonna do let's bring it back, and so let's say we want to land it. So let's say it's up there and we want to land it. So let's press that red button again. Red button there, and you see how the quadcopter starts trying to land. I'm just controlling the right stick, and there it is. And there it is. It landed. So you just control the right stick and it lands automatically. Very easy to do. If you want to restart the motors, just press that button again. If you want to take off again. So that can be a very useful feature for a beginner. I really like that. I think you can get used to that. I mean, I'm actually kind of getting a little spoiled. Let's land it again. Let's see, we have it up there. I'm gonna press the red button. It starts coming down. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of, bring it over here a little bit, and there it is. It lands by itself, and I can shut off the motors, or they'll shut off by themselves. So it's pretty cool. Very useful feature there. Now I'm gonna set it up for headless mode. Let's try the headless mode. And what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna press all the way to the left button here. I'm gonna hold it down for a couple of seconds, and let's see what it does. Okay, so the quadcopter beeped, and it's let me see, the LEDs may be blinking. Yeah, so the LEDs are blinking. So most of the time when most quadcopters, when they go into headless mode, they start blinking. So this one should be in headless mode now. So let's restart the motors and let's take off. And we're gonna try the headless. So with the headless, we should be able to go forward. Okay, so it's working pretty well. So you see how the quadcopter is actually facing me, but if I take it away, and I could do that, so you could pretty much just yaw in any direction that you would like, and the quadcopter will keep its orientation. So it doesn't matter which way the quadcopter is facing. Your right stick here is always going to go forward or back, whatever command. So I really like this about this quadcopter because it is big. So it's easy to see. It's easy for a beginner to not lose track of it. With headless mode, with these quads, you don't want to let it go behind you, because then it gets a little tricky. It gets a little confusing. So, but if you just keep it flying like that, close to you, around you, then you don't have any problems. It's a lot of fun actually. I like to see it spin around like that and just control it. So that's headless mode. Okay. All right. Now that we've confused it a good bit, let's try the one key return. So while you're in headless mode, if you press this left button here, the white one, all the way to the left on the shoulder, it should come back to you. So let's do that. It's over there, the quadcopter's over there, and I'm gonna press it, and it is doing pretty well. It's coming straight to me. It was losing some altitude, but it's still in headless mode. So it was fairly accurate. It came over here. It didn't come straight to me, which I don't know if you really want this thing coming straight at you, because it could actually hurt you. Let's try the one key return one more time. So it's up there, and I got it kind of, so it's in headless mode. It has to be in headless mode. Pressing one key return button. Okay, and it's just coming straight down. Okay, it's slowly coming towards me. I'm not doing anything. You see it coming, and it went right past me. Okay, I gave it a little bit of input, but yeah, I mean, worked pretty well, and it's still in headless mode. So while you're in headless mode, you can go activate the one key return. It cannot be activated if you are just flying regular. Okay, so now I'm gonna get out of headless mode. I'm gonna press this white button once again. Just press it down, hold it for a couple of seconds, and it should be out of headless mode now. So now I get to control it. So let's do a little flyby here over my head. Very cool. Very very cool. Nice flyer. And guys, I'll tell you, if you are wanting to get into aerial video, you know, start playing around with quads, and you don't know, you know, you can't spend a bunch of money on a quad, this is a great quadcopter to get for that purpose. It really, really is. Let me bring it over here. Alright guys, so let's land it. So the wonky return and the headless mode work pretty well, pretty easy. So let's land it by pressing that button there, the red button. You see how it starts coming down? Okay. Uh-oh. That was my fault. I gave it back input there, and it tipped over. But even when it tips over, your propellers stop. So that's good. You know, your propellers don't hurt, don't get damaged. Guys, I'm back with the MJX X102H here in the evening, and I'm gonna turn I already binded it. It's bound. I'm gonna get the propellers going and get it up in the air. And I wanted to show, I think we're going to be able to see the LEDs a little bit better at night right now. I mean, I can see them pretty good, and I wanted to show how you turn them off. So you turn the LEDs off by pressing the left shoulder button here all the way to the end, just once. See, so you see there how the LEDs went off? Let me show it again. On, and then off. So you can turn the LEDs on and off, just depending on you know, however you want to fly. It having them off is gonna help you save on battery. So let me put it in headless mode and see if it works. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this button down for a few seconds. All right, and it's in headless mode. So let's try bring it around here. I just think it's cool. The LEDs start blinking, and you can see there how I can yaw freely without worrying about the direction of the quad. So that's pretty cool. So see that there. And for example, the quad's facing me right now. So but I'm pulling it back towards me. So you can, headless mode, you can do that. And then it has the wonky return. Again, I'll show it off. Press the wonky return, and it comes back to you. I'm not pressing anything. And then when it gets to you, you can give it input, or you can just let it land. I give it input. I don't want to let it land. I don't know if it'll try or not, but as soon as it gets close to me, the last thing I want is for it to hit me. So let me bring it down. Press the button there to land, and it'll shut off by itself. And so there you go. There's the MJX X102H. Guys, a pretty cool little quad here you can get to start off with your aerial video, to play around with a headless mode. It's a very easy quadcopter to fly, so it'll be good for beginners. So guys, let me know what you think about this quad, and thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing, for liking my videos, and I will see you later. Bye bye.